First day of madrasa, first day of school after the long summer break. First day for me back in studio after my break as well and my leave. And Jazakumullah to all those who've been sending welcome back messages. Really appreciate it. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be in the studios of Radio Islam International and to be communicating with our listeners throughout the country and throughout the world. So, one is the beginning of the new year, but from an Islamic perspective, in terms of the Hijri calendar, we're already coming towards the end of Rajab. We're going into that peak period preparing for Ramadan. And before we realize it, Hajj is upon us. We know now that for South Africans, there's a new system, there's a new process, the Nusuk system. And in recent days, packages have been uploaded, but you cannot yet finalize those packages. We know that they are service operators that have been accredited by the Hajj Ministry in Saudi, and they are the ones that sell the packages. They have agents locally who assist them in South Africa to communicate with the public and to facilitate the booking of those packages. Naturally, it's the first time for South Africans using the Nusuk system. There's going to be a lot of questions. There's going to be some frustrations. There's going to be hiccups. But we've got to be patient, we've got to be calm, and we've got to try and understand, educate ourselves as best as possible so that we are able to optimize the process. And that's why we're having the discussion today with representatives of Rawaf Mina, who have packages available on the Nusuk system. Joining us for the discussion, we have Brother Muhammad Mia, Sister Ruwaida Kotwal, and Brother Hassan Uwaiji from Saudi Arabia, Rawaf Mina's offices. We say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all of them. Welcome.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sheikh.
Brother Muhammad Mia, if I can start with you, right? Where are we, right, in terms of the Nusuk system and the Nusuk platform and the packages currently, just as an opening thought?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Monat, Jazakallah for giving us the opportunity. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I think before we move on, I think so the Hujaaj are very anxious, though they are prospecting. I think we just have to also consider that obviously we should continuously make dua and make niyyah. And I think that is very important for acceptance. Try and take out some sadaqah with the intention of opening your doors. And many of these are accepted not by speed of strength, but because of sincerity. I think currently now, in terms of the status with the Nusuk system, the packages are available for viewing now. Various service providers have come out with the packages that are there. And I think I'm going to tell Brother Hassan to come in and give us a bit of a further brief on this, and Sister Ruwaida. Jazakallah khair.
So let's start with Sister Ruwaida then. The packages that Rawaf Mina is offering, Sister Ruwaida, what are the steps? What are the stages? Can you simplify it for the prospective Hujjaj out there?
Assalamu alaikum, Maulana, and to you and to the listeners of Radio Islam. Shukran for this opportunity. Regarding the processes and the steps from this point on, Alhamdulillah, a lot of Hujaaj have thus far been verified in the Nusuk system. Whilst there are a lot of other prospective Hujaaj that have applied, still awaiting verification, or have had some rejections for various reasons. But inshallah, we are assisting Hujaaj with these challenges to enable them to receive the verification before the sales period actually goes live, with the anticipated date being the 4th of February. So at this stage, once an applicant has been successfully verified, he logs into his profile and he is able then to filter the packages according to a chosen specified service provider company that he would like to travel with. Or alternatively, he can view and browse packages according to his length of stay. So the system is actually very user-friendly. If you go in a couple of times, play around with it, there are different filters that allow you to enable the length of stay, the budget of the package, and obviously make your choice. And all of this is happening currently within this browsing period before it actually goes live to the stage of purchasing and topping up your e-wallet.
So, Brother Hassan, can you explain to our listeners what are the packages that Rawaf Mina is offering and what services are included in these packages?
Yes, Sheikh Suleiman, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, and thank you
Assalamu
for the Radio Islam to invite us and let us inform the Hujjaj what other things we're going to provide, inshallah, to Hujjaj. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, this year we have designed 2 premium long stay package that allow Hujjaj, inshallah, to spend quality time bidhnillah in Medina and Mecca. Those packages include between 5 to 9 nights, inshallah, in Medina, and 3 to 4 nights within the line of 5-star next to Haram, so they can enjoy, inshallah, an easy Umrah. And then after that, Hujjaj, bidhnillah, will move to Azuziyah to start preparing, bidhnillah, for Hajj. We're going to provide, inshallah, an Indian catering base on careful research, actually, for Hujjaj reference. Also, we're going to provide them the shuttle buses are also available for easy access, inshallah, to Haram once they are staying in Aziziyah. And each Hujjaj, inshallah, will receive a complete Hajj kit, including the personal bag, umbrella, prayer mat, tasbih, Quran, dates, ihram, disposal towel, water bottle. Also, we're going to arrange mazarat, bidhnillah, in Mecca and Medina. Also, what's actually, this is what's going to be the new things for them this year, that inshallah our team will be accompany them, bidhnillah, from the day one until, bidhnillah, inshallah, leave safely. This year, inshallah, the Mina camp, this is classified as a luxury full board, including meal, snacks, and hot and cold beverage to maximize comfort and spiritual focus for the Hujjaj, bidhnillah.
So, Sister Ruwaida, it's a little bit different this year, unlike previous years where you would see adverts and all the details would be there simultaneously in terms of your package. This time around, you've got to configure a package on the system. Take our prospective Hujjaj through that process quickly. How do you configure a selected package?
So Maulana, it's relatively similar. Okay, in previous years, okay, you signed up with a tour operator who basically gave you the package via an advertisement, and thereafter all your admin and logistics were then taken care of and facilitated by your operator in South Africa. The process is similar in that Rawaf Mina is then taking care of all your logistics and facilitating your flights. It's just that now the prospective pilgrim has to do this configuration for himself. Everything is from the part of the verified applicant. So, like I said, the system is to navigate is actually user friendly. Once you have made up your mind, by virtue of what you want out of a package, then you would then configure this package. So then you mark it as a preferred package. You select the package. You obviously go through the various stages of selecting how many occupants in the room, Medina, Mecca, Aziziyah. And then if you wanted anything additional, you could add there, like private transport, because the packages are all the packages that have been structured by Rawaf for South Africa have been based on what our market trend was. And to that, the packages are all inclusive. So in other words, there's very little that you have to configure. Apart from select the package, indicate how many persons are in your profile to travel with that package, and move on to then selecting the flights. And because we have group flights already secured by Rawaf, you indicate that as well, how many persons on that. And the system configures the package, giving you a total. And once you get the subtotal, all you have to do is then top up your e-wallet with that amount of money, and obviously put the saved configured package into your cart and await purchase day. You also have the opportunity to prefer 4 to 5 other 3 to 4 alternate packages should you not be successful on the day of purchase.
So talking about that e-wallet, Ruwaida, how do you activate it?
Very simple, Maulana. Everybody has a unique IBAN number that is already in the system. It's given under your profile, and there are 2-3 steps. All you have to go is into the system and log in to activate my wallet. It asks you for your credit card details, or it asks you what option you're going to use to transfer. So it's either an EFT, a credit card, debit card. Once you fill in that information, it specifies how much you want to transfer. And obviously, you have to ensure you have that amount of funds in your current banking account. And once you press activate and the funds are transferred, your wallet is then active. Everybody has a unique IBAN account number, though.
Mohammed, many people are anxious, right? Very nervous that if they don't get it right, they lose out on the opportunity of performing Hajj. What tips can you share with the prospective Hujjaj? Mohammed, are you still with us? Mohammed Mia? Okay, I think we just got a bit of a technical issue there. Let's ask Brother Hassan, though, to talk to us about the refund process, because Ruwaida spoke about activating the e-wallet. Another concern that Hujjaj have is that if it doesn't work out for me, if I don't get chosen, what happens to the money that I've loaded, Brother Hassan?
Yes, Sheikh Suleiman. Actually, the sales are happen in multiple phases. First phase usually is only the each country receive a fixed quota, and then phase two, the return over from the quota from the country that they didn't use their quota. Inshallah, Hujjaj who didn't secure a package in the first phase, they may choose to wait for the next phase instead of requesting a refund. But a refund, it's also a very easy process, like just topping up your wallet. You will just request the refund and the money will go back to the same account you upload the money from.
Ruwaida, in terms of guides, right? There's a lot of questions around this. Will guides be there from Rawaf's side? What about South African scholars as spiritual guides? How will it be structured?
Milana, Rawaf Mina has accommodated South Africa with the packages that were configured for South Africans, and within that process, we have guides that will be working with Rawaf Mina from South Africa. So at this stage, if you were to consider that we have webinars running from South Africa to facilitate questions, challenges, problems, issues that Hujaaj are currently having, we are addressing it. Rawaf Mina guides that are here in South Africa are having orientation sessions in all the major cities, and we are starting the process of informing and educating Hujaaj from this point on, right up until we travel with the Hujaaj to Saudi Arabia. And within Saudi Arabia, we will be moving with the Hujaaj, offering all the services that are included in the package, your ziyarats, your bayans, your lectures. So answering that question, Malana, our team is a well-rounded team of ulama, spiritual guides, and logistical and administrative guides. So this team of experienced guides from South Africa will know exactly how to take care of the needs of South African Hujaaj traveling with Rawaf Mina.
Brother Hassan, you mentioned earlier on that there are 2 premium long stay packages that Rawaf Mina has on the system currently. They are those who, for example, can't secure enough leave from their places of employment, or perhaps now the system allows repeat Hujjaj, so they don't want to go for a prolonged period of time. They may only want to go for 2 weeks, as an example. Will you still be considering offering shorter length packages on the system from Rawaf's side?
Yes, Sheikh Suleiman. Actually, as I say, we have designed 2 special packages for South Africa attached with the flights. Each package has 174 seats, which is Rawaf 405 and Rawaf 406. And now, Alhamdulillah, we're gonna focusing on package 527 as a shorter for more economical option for South African Hujjaj, and it's designed especially for the Hujjaj who are going to prefer the GDS.
Mm-hmm. So Talking about the GDS, Mohammed, may I explain to us how this works in terms of group flights versus the GDS option? Brother Mohammed, I think Brother Mohammed, you're on mute. No, we still can't pick you up, Brother Mohammed. Let me perhaps ask Ruwaida to explain that part to us, that this just GDS booking versus the group booking, Ruwaida.
It's all. Oh, there's Mohammed coming
Okay,
back.
Mohammed. Yeah, you can go ahead, Mohammed.
Yeah, I think in terms of the GDS system, that means obviously is Alhamdulillah, what our two packages that we have created, the 405 and 46, that's inclusive of flights. In other, if you choose a package, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, Mohammed.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah, go ahead. I think there's quite a bit of a technical issue there on Mohammed's side. Where are you? I think
Hello,
perhaps
Hello?
Mohammed, we can hear you. You were saying about the GDS. Okay, Ruwaida, if you want to just explain that.
So obviously the two options for selecting flights. The group flights that are customized to the actual package, obviously your arrival and departure dates, is always the more preferred option. It is convenient, less stressful, and obviously a Haji selecting that can plan his trip accordingly. However, the GDS is a little bit more tricky in that it's the global distribution system built within the platform, working on real time. And you got to, as an individual, you got to request your dates of arrival and departure into Saudi Arabia. Multiple options will come up depending on availability from the cities you are requesting and the cities that you are requesting to arrive at. So this is the difficulty and the challenge, because on the day that the package goes live, you have to reconfigure the GDS flight. And chances are that there is no availability, and you are probably then going to be emotionally distressed because you know what, there aren't any options, and this is going to result in a failure to procure or to have success with obtaining a package.
On that note, Brother Hassan, is there a possibility that Rawaf would offer the shorter package on the normal group booking rather than the GDS because of the risks with GDS, as Ruwaida has just explained?
No, actually, Sheikh, already the packages, all the packages are already uploaded in Nusuk. All Hujjaj can review it from now. And once the packages go online, there is no return back. We can't actually, for us as a first year, designing a 348 seat for South Africa. It's a good start, inshallah, for Rawaf bidnillah in South Africa. And inshallah, by the next years, bidnillah, we will inshallah implement more packages for our Hujjaj, inshallah.
Inshallah. Finally, then, Ruwaida, tell us about the open days with the special guests from Rawaf that are going to be taking place in South Africa in the coming days. And what can Hujjaj expect in the venues and the details?
Yes, alhamdulillah, we are very excited for this initiative. We're going to be having 4 structured open days, orientation sessions, if you could call it, in Durban on Friday the 17th, Johannesburg 17th and 18th in 2 separate venues, Lenasia and Kurtuba, and then on Sunday in Cape Town. But the exciting part is that we are having a representative from Rawaf, senior director of Rawaf, coming through to help us unpack the challenges or to better indicate to our Hujaaj that are selecting Rawaf Mina what they can expect from Rawaf, what services Rawaf is going to provide, and alhamdulillah, it's going to be an interesting interactive session, because we're going to try and allay the fears of Hujaaj that are navigating Nusuk and that are traveling via Nusuk from South Africa for the first time this year, inshallah. So we look forward to a great participation from all our South African supporters, inshallah.
And the venues and dates, do you have that offhand, or should they look for that on social media?
Lenasia, I think it's the Nurul Islam in Johannesburg on Sunday the 18th. It's Kurtuba on Saturday the 17th, and Cape Town is the 18th at Penland Masjid Hall in Cape Town.
And any venue for Durban at this stage?
I'm talking under correction. I think it's the Sabri Chisti Hall.
Okay. Shukran so much, Ruwaida, for your time, and Brother Hassan as well. Unfortunately, I think to a technical issue, we lost Brother Muhammad, but Jazakumullah to all three for this enlightening discussion. Really appreciate it.
Shukran for having us, Maulana. Much appreciated. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Wa
Sheikh
alaikum
Sulaiman.
assalam wa rahmatullahi wa
Rahmatullahi wa
barakatuh. So, there, we hope you got some clarity in terms of how the Nusuk system works with representatives of Rawaf Mina. Time now for the headlines.
News headlines. A blitz of what's current on Radio Islam International.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Making headlines while most children are getting ready to meet their teachers and classmates. That's not the case for some in Gauteng. About 2,000 are still waiting to be placed in schools. The Gauteng Education Department is facing backlash for not having an alternative plan. An overwhelmed online system caused snaking queues at various district offices.
Then he signed the form. But I should come to the Momo Teacher Center. We've been here yesterday, even today. Why one ask them what that patient but read it online?
These people, they knew when schools are opening that we will have more people who they will need assistance at. But the way they are handling things, it's totally out. It's totally out.
Now, Niger has revoked the licenses of around 30 transport operators and truck drivers for refusing to transport fuel to neighboring Mali, which is facing shortages. Niger and Mali, a landlocked country ruled by junta, are allied with Burkina Faso, which is also run by the military. Mali experienced a severe fuel shortage in October and November after freedom fighters cut off fuel supplies to several towns in this arid West African country. Niger, an oil-producing country, planned to send 82 fuel tankers to Bamako, the Malian capital, covering the 1,400 kilometers under military escort. And South Korean prosecutors have asked for ousted President Yoon Suk Yeol to face a death penalty over his failed attempt to impose martial law in 2024. The special prosecutors team made the request to the Seoul Central District Court during court session yesterday, accusing Yoon of threatening the liberal democratic constitutional order with his self-coup. Yoon plunged South Korea into a crisis with his martial law declaration in December 2024, prompting protests and lawmakers to swarm parliament to force a vote against the measure. From the news desk of Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Views, news, reviews, interviews, all on your favorite learning station, Radio Islam International.
وأجتاز السماء جلالا فأزيد أسراب الغيوم جمالا وألون الدنيا بأجمل بسمة وأكون للخير العميم مثالا أسمو وأجتاز السماء جلالا فأزيد أسراب الغيوم جمالا وألون الدنيا بأجمل بسمة وأكون للخير العميم مثالا وأراقب الرحمن جل جلاله وتقدست أسماؤه وتعالى وأكون للوطن الحبيب مشيدا أنمى إليه وأستفيض جلالا وأراقب الرحمن جل جلاله وتقدست أسماؤه وتعالى وأكون للوطن الحبيب مشيدا أنمى إليه وأستفيض جلالا السماء جلالا فأزيد أسراب الغيوب جمالا وألون الدنيا بأجمل بسمة وأكون للخير العميم مثالا وأبر محتسبا بأم وأب
This is Sabahul Muslim.
اتقوا عنوانا للحب الأخضر.
Yeah, I can understand the anxiety and the worry of Hujaaj who are trying to navigate the Nusuk system, but it is what it is. And we've got to try and make the best of it, right? And see how best we can educate ourselves, attend the open days that the agents of various Saudi service providers will be having. And once you educate yourself, you give yourself the best chance, and then they are offering help. And many times with these things, it's not as straightforward as the previous system, which we were all accustomed to, but it's not as difficult as we would assume it to be. Yeah, sure, some people are technologically challenged and they may need people to help them. But I'm hopeful, inshallah, we won't have as many problems the first time around as, for example, the UK had when they did it the first time around. I'm assuming that they had the last 2 years to iron out a lot of the teething problems on the system. So by the time we starting to use the system, it becomes a bit easier. But for South Africans, it's still a first experience, and therefore a lot of discussion, education, engagement will be required. The question on the table, with this being the beginning of the academic year, what do you think as Muslims should be our foremost thought and or biggest question as the academic year gets going, both for madrasa as well as school on this day? Normally it's a Wednesday because the teachers come in on Monday, Tuesday, and then get going with the students arriving on a Wednesday. Also, what's your memories when you think back to your madrasa, career, if I can put it that way, or if you look back at your schooling years, or even university years, what sticks out for you the most in terms of memories of that first day? I mentioned in the last hour, for me, it was just like about a freshness, You're sitting in the new classroom now because the new year, new grade, perhaps a new teacher, new class teacher. Some would have new stationery, perhaps new uniform, new shoes. Not that you have to change it every single year, but that's the time, if it's going to be changed, it's normally changed. New timetable, new textbooks, new notebooks. You got a cover. There's just a kind of freshness that goes with all of it. So yeah, that for me is the memory. A little bit of a bittersweet in that you're excited now to meet your friends again after the holidays, to explore the new, but you're still a little bit negative in terms of getting out of the routine of a holiday and getting back to the grind, as they would say. That's for me is the kind of essence of the memories that I have of the first day of the academic year. What are yours? 072-786-1548. We'll take a break. Still to come, we're going to be talking about school bags and the impact they can have on a student's spine and physical health if the weight is not right and it's not carried in the right way.
Al Tawheed Islamic Center appeals to you to donate generously to its various projects, namely GDE-affiliated schools, computer classes, nurseries, masajid, madrasas, and dawah programs for underprivileged communities. We accept zakat, lila, sadaqah, and all other donations. Please note, we issue Section 18A certificates. Visit us at 31 Protea Avenue, Extension 5, Lenasia. Call Al Tawheed Islamic Center on 011-211-6009.
Our deliciously smooth Sunshine D margarine is the secret ingredient for mouth-watering goodness in every dish. With its extra creamy taste and the added goodness of vitamin D, Sunshine D margarine brings a burst of flavor to your favorite recipes. And let's talk about spreadability. It glides effortlessly, spreading beautifully on your morning toast or evening cracker. Taste the difference today with Sunshine D margarine, because when it comes to creamy flavor, it just tastes nice. No lies. Sunshine D.
A new era in investing. Introducing the 27/4 Global Sharia Equity Actively Managed Exchange Traded Fund. Your low-cost gateway to the world's leading companies, all in one simple diversified investment. Our exchange-traded funds are listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and available through your stockbroker. Expertly managed, accessible and transparent. That's the 27/4 way. Visit 274.com to get started. An authorized financial services provider with license number 31045.
It's the season's best fashion fabric trends, now available at Pay and Save. The Fabric and Bridal Center. From basic to beautiful, to must-have exclusive pieces, eye-catching trims to match. The newest offerings from the most innovative designers, exquisite beaded and embroidered fabrics, all now available only at Pay and Save. The Fabric and Bridal Center at number 5 Pelican Avenue, Lenasia. Call 011 852 4910. Pay and Save. Usually unusual fabrics.
आँखों का तारा नामे मोहम्मद दिल का उजाला नामे मोहम्मद आँखों का तारा नामे मोहम्मद दिल का उजाला नामे मोहम्मद आँखों का तारा नामे मोहम्मद दिल का उजाला नामे मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम 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 पूछेगा मौला लाया है क्या क्या पूछेगा मौला लाया है क्या क्या मैं ये कहूँगा नामे मोहम्मद नामे मोहम्मद